Hi, and welcome to another Help Me Say Yes to the Deck. Even though after the previous one, the indie edition, I never really said which one won, but I did do a worth the hype on it. And the previous one, I actually have it right here, is the Cesar Tarot. It's the one that won the indie edition. I love it. I am obsessed with it. But now I am in a little predicament, whatever. It's a luxury predicament. But the Tarot of the Witch's Garden is coming out, and I think I want to get it, but there are also other decks that I've been seeing that I've been wanting, but they are all in like the similar theme, but they all have like a different execution. So I want to talk you through my thoughts, the decks that I'm sort of pitting against it. I have 4 decks in total that includes the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, and let's go over it. So, the first one, like I said, Tarot of the Witch's Garden. This is a deck that is going to be coming out. When is this going to come out? In July. Oh my God. In July. So this is the one that I won't be able to get for a while. But like right now, I'm fine with decks. I recently got the Ethereal Visions Tarot Luna edition, and I'm obsessed with it. And this, with my Cesar Tarot and my Journey Oracle, I'm set for a little bit, okay? So I'm not in a rush necessarily to get anything. But this looks so cute. This is by Sasha Graham, and I'm not going to be able to pronounce the artist, but I have seen on Sasha's Instagram some more images, and this deck is stunning. So let's see what it is about. Cultivating personal intuition is as sublime as a summer landscape with this enchanting Rider-Waite-Smith style deck. Natasha, delicate watercolor paintings decorate 78 exquisitely crafted cards with comforting cottagecore scenes to provide gentle respite from your busy modern world. Love it. Exactly the headspace I'm in right now. And the best-selling author Sasha Graham helps you navigate her lush landscape of symbolic imagery with her full-color companion book. The Tarot of the Witch's Garden is your key to a secret sanctuary that will unlock the latent magic thriving inside of you. Includes adult material. Awesome. All of these are also around the same price, by the way, so that doesn't really matter. About 27 euros. So that is the one that I am like, this is the one that sort of brought up this predicament. Because right after this, I was thinking of purchasing the Green Witch Tarot. Because I have seen many people talk about this, and I feel like the Green Witch Tarot and the Tarot of the Witch's Garden are similar enough to, I think, not need both. I definitely feel like this is more of a cottage folk witch type of vibe, and the Green Witch is really more of a witchcraft, almost pagany vibe. I think, like I said, I don't have either of these decks, so I don't know, but that is sort of what this feels like. And I know that Cheyenne over at Velvet Forest Moon loves this deck, and I am sort of convinced that I need it. What is this description? A charming tarot deck by the trusted and experienced Green Witch Anne Mora. And Anne Mora is the author of The Green Witch, like the book Green Witchcraft. I did have that, and people love this deck, okay? People do like it. It's stunning. I love Llewellyn box sets. 3 of these are Llewellyn box sets. The decks that I'm talking about, the Tarot of the Witch's Garden is also. But I don't know if I like get this, if it's gonna be enough, or if the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, if I just need to wait for that one. Like, I'm pretty good with getting a deck, figuring out I don't love it, I don't need it, and moving it on to someone else. But that's not the purpose of this video. This purpose is you help me to say yes to the deck. So let's talk about the other Llewellyn box set, the Forest of Enchantment. And this is also like the foresty, witchy type of vibe, but this is more fairy tale, I guess, more fairy tale. So let's look at some of these cards. And this is, I think, a little bit more story-like. And hear me out on story decks. I don't love them. I talked about this in another one of my videos that I don't know if it's even gonna come out. I don't know if I'm gonna edit it then I'm just gonna throw out the footage. But it's a deck that I'm decluttering, the Witchling Academy Tarot. I think it's great. I think it's lovely. I loved reading the story, but whenever I do readings with it, I find it very hard to pull one card and to take that situation out of the context of the story. I like the idea of learning tarot through story and having a tarot deck with a story, but in practice, it just doesn't really work in my brain. And I don't know if this is too much of a story that it's going to be hard to take the card out of its context, because I feel like if a deck has a story like that, then it's almost a shame to not use a story and to just read it like similarly to RWS. I have other decks that I can do that with. The other decks in this lineup I can do that with. So this is one that I am, I guess, maybe the most unsure about, but I also just don't know enough about it. So if you have this, let me know if you can answer any of my questions, any of my worries. So the last deck is, I guess, the most different, but again, it's a similar theme, the Herb Crafters Tarot. And I feel like this is a deck that really can help me in my witchy practice. I don't know if you've seen my new podcast episode from my new podcast, It's a Witchy Life, where I talk about my witchy practice. And I want to get into herbalism. I find it super interesting. And I feel like this is a deck that might help me with that. But then I'm also like, I can get a book on herbalism, on herbal magic. I can get a book on green witchcraft. Do I need a tarot deck for it? But for some reason, this specific card I really love, because here you have strength, and I know what the strength card in tarot means, and then it is relating to garlic, and I know what garlic is. So that really helps. But there are also here, this works too. I wouldn't really know how to combine mint, or I just don't know herbalism enough to know like, oh, 4 of water with mint, that makes sense. I don't fucking know. I don't know anything about herbalism yet. So I'm hoping that the guidebook can help me in there. But let me see if there's anything that I don't know. I know ginger, I know valerian. Valerian with the 8 of water. I feel like this is almost like, especially for those herbs and plants that I do know, I almost feel like this is like meditative. But there are, like, I know all of these. What is this? I have seen cards where I don't know like the plant that they're referencing. I'd have to translate it because I know my plants in Dutch and not necessarily in English. So I don't know if there's going to be a disconnect there. But I have to say, these cards that I'm seeing here, I am really excited about. And I'm feeling more excitement from this than the Forest of Enchantment and even the Green Witch Tarot. But that's also because we're getting the most images on the page. And I feel like they make sense. Ooh, this is so interesting. I would love to learn more about cacao. Okay, so all that being said, I did have the Green Witch Oracle that we're seeing here, but it wasn't really, this wasn't for me. It wasn't. I didn't really love the guidebook either. Different story for a different day. But yeah, I need you to help me say yes to the deck. I'm gonna put up a poll, and I need you to vote on what deck I need to get. Do I need to get the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, which is gonna come out in July? And I feel like it's gonna be July pretty soon, right? These months are flying by. It's gonna be fine. Do I need to get the Green Witch Tarot, which many people love and which I feel is definitely a little bit more pagany? I don't know if the guidebook dives into that. You be the judge of that. Do I get the Forest of Enchantment, which is a little bit more fairy tale, cutesy? We didn't even read this. Here we meet witches, wizards, fairies, and elves, birds and beasts, both earthly and otherworldly, ghosts and shapeshifters, dancing princesses, and sad old knights. Do I get the Forest of Enchantment tarot, or do I get the Herb Crafters tarot? I'm just looking here. I didn't read this either. This book and deck and book set explores the relationship between herbs and how people use them for medicine, creativity, ritual, and spiritual guidance. It also considers herbs as archetypes and explores our partnership with the botanical realm. It's an engaging introduction to herbalism and plant spirit magic. Okay, so back to me. Which one should I get? I am gonna link down below the poll on my community tab where you can vote on what deck you think I should say yes to. Let me know in the comments down below what deck you voted for and why. And if you feel like there are two decks that I should get that would like work together, maybe, because there are decks that are like I said, these feel similar enough that maybe I don't need both, but maybe there are like a couple decks here that are like, yeah, they are similar enough, but also different enough that they would work perfectly together. So let me know. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, I didn't even say it, but Say Yes to the Deck is inspired by Lisa Papez. I was on her show, Help Me Say Yes to the Deck, where she helped me say yes to a deck. But I feel like that goes without saying, right? I'll have her link down below. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more tarot chats, all that fun stuff. I'll link on the screen right now my recent podcast, which I had a lot of fun with. Recording, talking, chatting. So watch that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.